one mic. Everybody's got excuses, but you got one life to live, one life to give, one moment, one opportunity. Boy, that's it, and it's all said and done. When the going gets tough and the tough gets going, you just go ahead and run. Cause opinions are like assholes, everybody has one. They're being constructive or they jealous of the outcome. It's not about the times you fail, it's about the times you got up. And I don't even care what the fuck your excuses is. Fact is, you just playing the cards of foolishness. What you think I'm dubious, you gotta get up, get going and just move on. Don't look towards the past, you gotta groove on. You procrastinating now, you gotta get that motivation. I already created a track called Inspiration. Gotta get up, get going and get fucking hype. Go.
We are back, ladies and gentlemen, after a long hiatus. Things happen. People have lives and a lot of stuff happen, but we are back. We are here, and boy, do we have a lot to talk about. What are you listening to? Of course, you're listening to Wrestling Talk Now, where we will run down everything and anything wrestling related right here for you. I won't do it alone, though. I am with my amigos, my compadres, everything under the sun. Boys, Big Red. Long time, brother. How you doing?
I'm doing good. It's a new era. We're back, guys.
It's a new era. It's a new era. We are back indeed. Crazy. Still a little cuckoo. What's happening?
Oh yeah! After they released me from the institute, so I'm back in and I missed you guys. I missed our listeners, and glad to be back talking wrestling with my boys.
Yeah, absolutely. And where to start? So I think it might be a good way to start in terms of that WrestleMania main event, guys. What did you end up thinking about Cody Rhodes losing? Obviously, everyone else was upset, but are you guys upset?
Oh, okay, let me start off. Open the gates here.
Open the gates.
Okay, I wanted Cody to win. So let me start off with that. I obviously wanted Cody to win. I wanted to finish the story. But I had a something inside of me was telling me that they really want to go for the 1,000-day reign.
Mm-hmm.
So they really wanted that, and I guess they also want Cody to go through a harder journey to get to that title, so the payoff is better, I guess. So I understand it in a way. The finish itself, I guess, made sense with the solo interference, so it doesn't make Cody look too bad. It fits the heel persona of the Bloodline that we've seen, like during the end of the Sami Zayn Bloodline days. We were seeing maybe a little turn towards being more of baby faces, and now we're getting to, since the separation of Sami Zayn, we're getting to see the real heel Bloodline faction once again. So I kind of had a feeling that this was going to happen, but I can't say I wasn't disappointed. But I'm really, really excited to see Cody conquer. For Cody to conquer the Beast and to have his journey through conquering the Beast back to Roman Reigns, which I think the second time around he will become WWE Universal Heavyweight Champion.
Here's to hoping. Big Red, what do you think? What were your thoughts?
To be honest, like everyone, I wanted Cody to win because it's not that I want him to win. I'm just fed up of Roman being champion.
Okay.
You could have put anyone, and I would be happy, to be honest with you guys. But like Kid Crazy said,
okay, so the Miz versus Roman, Miz winning.
Let's go Miz. Let's go Miz.
Let's go Miz. Okay.
Let's go Miz. That would be awesome.
That tells you everything about how John feels about Roman Reigns right now.
That's saying something. That's saying something. Yeah.
It's like when you have something good, you could go as long as you want, but after some milk always goes sour,
Mhm.
And like Kid Crazy said, we're gonna see the 1,000 days for sure because he's not even gonna be on Backlash. So
Yeah.
and SummerSlam is what, August, so if another few more months of Roman's Aquaman shit happening, and yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I mean, cool story. I get it. JR even mentioned on his podcast. Jesus.
Oh, I got it.
All right, nice. Might need to. I hate how Facebook does that, but let's read that up, Kid Crazy. If you want to read that.
Yep. I don't feel Cody deserves it. He left as a mid carder and worked for someone he can manipulate to be a main eventer and come back, and now he wins the Rumble and title. Cody doesn't sell me. Sammy was the perfect opportunity with the crowd and everything.
Oh, it's Mike.
Mike,
Mike,
you.
thank you.
For your comment.
Yeah, and
Wow.
I get it. Maybe it was
I
too
understand the
early.
sentiment.
Everything was kind of, yeah, for sure. I get Mike's theory
Well, he's
there. It
right.
was too quick for Cody. He's right. But I think we're done with Roman. JR mentioned that he does believe WWE made the right call to prolong the story. Cody does need more of a build, like everyone else was mentioning there. But no, it's stupid because this was the moment to fucking do it. This was his WrestleMania moment. Cody isn't going to get another WrestleMania moment. SummerSlam moment is not the same as a WrestleMania moment. And I think this just would have been perfect. You could have continued the storyline if you wanted. Roman wasn't going to get it back, but you still could have continued the storyline. And now him having to beat Brock, which is most probably going to happen, like 99.9% at WrestleMania Backlash.
But how do I put this? Doesn't it make Brock weak if Cody wins?
Oh,
I don't think Brock gives a shit. Because at the end of the day, I mean, again, Brock can look weak, but Brock can also just come back and be like the top superstar anyways, just because of how he's built and how his suplexes go and how he just randomly throws people around. Brock is always going to look strong and be strong in everyone else's eyes just because he's Brock freaking Lesnar. And this ultimately would, I guess, yes, help Cody and thus continue. Okay, well, Cody can beat Brock. Now let's see Cody beat Roman, and I think they're going to tell the story. Well, their bloodline is completely going to fall before Cody beats Roman, and then Cody did it all on his own.
SummerSlam is in 4 months.
I know. It doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be in SummerSlam. I just think that's the big enough venue to do it. But it could maybe be Money in the Bank if Money in the Bank this year is in a stadium.
No, isn't it in the UK?
Money in oh snap! Is that Money in the Bank in the UK though?
Yeah, it's in the UK.
Let's check
at the O2 Arena. No.
No. Well, I don't know. I know AEW is going to be chilling in Wembley.
Yes. If Cody wins, we have I don't know who this is again. Facebook user. If Cody wins at WrestleMania Backlash. Will that be considered his Mania moment? Oh, yeah, it is.
No,
Mike.
It's not a WrestleMania moment.
No, but I think he could still have a WrestleMania moment. It just won't be him conquering the belt or finishing the story to get the championship. He might be a Seth versus Cody at next year's WrestleMania.
But that's it. Talking about, I was gonna say, technically, there's a rumor that next year's main event for Mania. It's Roman.
We're really starting with the next year's rumors already.
But that's
Jesus Christ. Here we go.
Technically, it's Roman.
Yeah, it's in July in London at the O2.
Okay,
there you go.
So that could be a big moment there because I don't think they haven't announced no Clash at the Castle type of thing. Stadium, big stadium between before SummerSlam. So I think that would be maybe a possibility, like JLB said, for Money in the Bank. I think what the rumor, forget the rumor about next year Roman and Seth at WrestleMania. I think I think this is part of the storytelling here because we cannot forget that Seth is the only one that Roman hasn't beaten. So this it could be part of the storyline. Plus, it's the storyline between Seth and Cody. They had 3 great matches. Yes, Cody won all 3 of them. Right. but that
And
didn't, like we saw, that did not hurt or bury Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins got his victory against Logan at Mania, so I think Seth still is part of this story, and he might be because listen, about Roman losing his title. The problem with a long reign like this and him beating everybody is that now you have not many people have the credibility to beat him. That's the problem here.
Mhm.
Right.
So yes, even though the reign has been long and it's been overdue for him to lose the title, but now you have to find somebody that would be credible. I think Cody is very credible. I think Seth is very credible. Not right now. I don't think there's any other baby faces that could do it.
I'd rather see Seth than Cody, if I had a choice. Seth deserves it way more than Cody.
Oh, I don't know if Seth deserves it way more than Cody. Seth is a multiple time.
I wouldn't go that far. Yeah.
No.
Cody definitely deserves it. Cody definitely deserves it, and Cody will get it. And I just don't know if Cody's going to get it only at next year's WrestleMania. I feel like it has to be this year.
Long.
It's
it has
too
to
long.
Be now.
It's Cody's moment at some point, whether it's going to be at Money in the Bank or SummerSlam. I guess we'll see what happens also with the draft that's going to be coming up too. That's also going to change a few things, or maybe it won't because wrestlers go anywhere the fuck they want anyways. So we'll definitely see what happens there. But I don't know. At the end of the day, you're never going to be able to rebuild that WrestleMania moment. I know Mike was mentioning it was too quick and so on, but people were just ready for it. People still would have went ape shit to see Cody Rhodes win, and definitely was going to cry, obviously, in the ring and all that jazz. And honestly, it would have fucking helped night 2. Because night 2 was a piece of shit aside from Sheamus versus Gunther and Drew McIntyre.
Even the Rubber Chicken wanted Cody to win.
Yeah, the Rubber Chicken that ended up in the ring. Yes. But that's true. That's true that it would have definitely helped night 2. Because even though the match was good, it was a good match.
No, great match until the end.
But the finish, if the finish would have been the other way around, I think would have helped night 2 very much. Because like you said, other than the Gunther, the triple threat match, it was missing something. Night 2 was definitely missing something. The ending to night 1 was perfect. The women's match was probably one of the best matches of the whole weekend, period. Probably the best women's match ever. I probably can say I would agree with that statement. So I think it would have definitely helped night 2.
Ever in Mania?
No, ever, period.
Wow. Oh, snap.
Women's match, ever, period. And more, it's arguably one of the best matches of that weekend.
Yes.
Definitely.
Hell in a Cell.
Well. True.
I mean, sure.
I don't give a shit about Hell in a Cell no more.
Well, definitely.
I mean, whatever.
It was better than the Edge. Randy. Right?
Okay.
Definitely and it was better than the best match. What was it? The best match ever?
The best match ever.
Greatest wrestling match ever.
Ever. Definitely. And it was definitely better than Braver and Seth.
Right.
A Hell in a Cell match. So, I was okay with that.
Which one? Sorry. You lost
Bray versus Seth.
Bray versus Seth and Red Cell.
Okay. Yes.
I mean, to be fair, I think the Kennel from Hell match was better than Bray Wyatt and and Seth Rollins match. So
that is fair enough. But listen, I enjoyed the match. It wasn't a match that I would say I was completely head over heels over, but I enjoyed the match. I enjoyed the spots. Disappointed that the Demon took the loss here. I don't know why. The Demon probably only had lost once, and it was against Roman, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
So I don't know why Edge needs that victory over Finn, over the Demon, which more than over Finn. So
I think it's more to like I think it was more to like move on, like next chapter.
But I don't think they're moving on.
No,
they're not moving on. Didn't he mention him on next week on the Raw after Mania again? So I think it's still kind of there. Obviously now Finn is going to be doing Damian is going to be doing the thing with Damien is going to be doing the thing with Ray and Bad Bunny there, so that takes care of that. But I think Finn is still going at Edge. I think that's still a thing, and that might end at maybe SummerSlam, right? And that might be maybe Edge's last match because his contract does end this year.
Yeah, and then he's gonna go to AEW and tag team with Christian.
I don't think so.
I don't think that's gonna happen. Edge would definitely burn a lot of bridges there. Is Edge already in the Hall of Fame? No.
Yes.
Yep.
He is.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I think Edge is more of a
no, he was not gonna
guy. Christian did Impact, did all these things. So Christian is more like you're more not used to. You won't be surprised of seeing him somewhere else. Where Edge, more kind of a WWE guy. I think he's more loyal than that, and the way he's been treated the last 3 years have been great. He's won when he shouldn't, and he's lost when he should have won. So yeah, I think he's okay. Beating this is a big thing. You're beating a guy that only lost to the 1,000-day champion, and you have no reason unless you're going to go face the WWE champion, which it doesn't seem like that's what they have in the plans for Edge. I don't see what's the payoff for him getting over on the Demon there, but whatever.
And you're making Judgment Day win everything else. You know what I mean?
Exactly,
Ever since WrestleMania, you made Judgment Day win all their matches. So I don't know what the point of that was. Why bring the Demon character out?
If you're gonna make him lose,
If you're gonna make him lose, Demon character out. Okay.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
It's my fault. Sorry.
Gosh, I'm so annoying. Yeah, and I don't know. And look, like Mike mentioned, maybe because it was just a weeknight, that's why you kind of enjoyed it. Yeah, I mean that might be it. I mean, maybe also too, it could have been better if Finn didn't get that crazy gash in his head.
Yeah.
That might have helped.
That could have been it could have been another match that was spoiled right there quickly.
Probably, yeah.
After the return of Shane McMahon, that lasted about 3 seconds.
Yeah,
it would have been kind of a disappointing turn of events there. So kudos to for Finn for getting stapled like that right back.
And just going at it
in the ringside area and just go back at it. And I think he got an injection to numb it on top of that. So because he just came back full blast right after that. So kudos to him. But I understand how what Mike said. I think when the JLB reinstated here about maybe we liked it because it was such a disappointing night. So maybe there wasn't nothing to say to keep it lower on our greatness card there. So but let me talk about a bit Shane McMahon. I guess because of the whole Snoop thing, and what you guys think about Snoop's quickness on turning on a dime here?
Well, there was video that showed it was actually the cameraman that actually was telling Snoop like go in.
Oh.
And then or I don't know, unless Snoop also did have someone in his ear as well, but maybe not, because then why would the cameraman even say anything unless So kudos to the cameraman for giving Snoop that idea, or maybe Snoop was about to go do something. I think that people's elbow stuff was supposed to happen, but it was maybe supposed to happen after the match actually had taken place. Clearly that wasn't planned. Shane tore his quad, and so he was legitimately injured.
What's up with that family and their quads, man?
Well, yeah, it's just him. Vince too tore his quad, right?
Oh, Vince tore both his quads, and then he finished the promo in the ring, sitting on the floor. And Triple H tore his quad too. So these people are not like
family affair. Yeah.
But the match is considered. If you go to the results, I don't know if it's on the WWE website, but I think it is. It's Snoop Dogg won a triple threat match because technically the result is in a triple threat match. The victory comes in a triple threat because technically Shane they never restarted the match or anything, so Shane just got hurt and he took over the match. So if you go look in the somebody could correct me if I'm wrong, unless they changed it and it was a mistake when I saw it. But
probably was a mistake, but I'll check.
They consider it a triple threat. And him throwing his glass, not knowing what to throw. I think he was really. I don't know how stoned he was when he did before coming to the ring, but it seemed that he didn't want to break nothing. He didn't want to. It seemed very, but he did jump to do the people's elbow there. But that run to the ropes was just horrific.
Hilarious. It was hilarious. Though.
Horrible.
Yeah, it was horrible though. But kudos. I do remember seeing the ref, like after he comes into the ring and he's like, "You're all right, my homeboy." And the ref like kind of tells him something like, "Okay, you're gonna have to pin him, or you're gonna have to do something." So, but they quickly. I feel bad for Shane because he literally didn't have time for nothing. The reaction was great. The pop was insane. It seems like every time Shane comes back, the pop is always a huge pop for him. But
he's a fan favorite.
Yeah, throws a few of those of those combination punches, and just misses the leapfrog. Well, they didn't miss the leapfrog. He just tore his quad coming back down on it. And yeah, and the memes. Now he's in the meme.
He's a breakdancer now. Yeah. He's getting tripped by a basketball player.
Yeah. It's so he's there with the crying Jordan now, eternally in the meme universe. So congrats to Shane.
He's viral forever now.
Yep. Viral forever. So yeah, that's also that's what I thought. Also, what do you guys think about Rhea? Well deserved. No.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Definitely.
Perfect call. Definitely. There's rumors that Charlotte is apparently taking more time off now, though.
Yeah, I heard that too. She's got the Brock schedule now, I guess.
She's doing a body.
I heard about bodybuilding competition apparently. Yeah. So I think her AEW legend, AEW. I always make that mistake. Her AEW. A&W. So I have to go 3 times. So her A&E documentary of WWE legends, hopefully I got it right this time, was amazing. Actually, it was very, very, very good. I really enjoyed that one. I didn't get to see them all this year yet.
Yes, I watched it.
But I really enjoyed hers, and I'm starting to actually believe Ric Flair's hype when Ric Flair says. And everybody that's listened to us the last 2 years knows that I'm a big Charlotte fan, and I might not be there yet, but I'm getting really close to saying that Charlotte has passed her dad. It definitely in ring. I think that's done. That's done. Her in ring talent is done. Maybe in the matter of greatness, she's close, but hasn't reached it yet. I'm not talking about number of titles she's won because obviously she's not there yet. She'll get there. I'm pretty sure she'll get there.
She's almost there.
Yeah, she's at 13 if I'm not mistaken, right? Or 14. 13
14.
14. So I think she'll definitely get there and she'll pass him. But she's money, man. She's money, and she deserves all the accolades that gets thrown her way, man, because she's one of the best ever. Period.
Yeah.
So I want to give her props. I maybe didn't like a bit of her reaction to losing. I saw also that did a bit of a controversy on the Twitter sphere about how she looked happy for Rhea sitting in the ring and outside the ring. People are. I think
it was more just. I felt like it was more of a sadistic smile, or kind of like a passing of the torch, or like, you know what? Yeah, you done got me. What else is there to do but smile because you are the better woman? I don't know. I enjoyed it.
No, I see it's explaining it like that. When you explain it like that, I definitely see how it could be seen like that. Maybe it's because of the tweet she sent afterwards that maybe makes me because she sent a tweet congratulating Rhea and that the belt is in the right person's hands. So maybe that's why it gives me a bit of a biased opinion on her reaction after the fight in the ring. But I can see how JLB explained it here, and it could be looked at that. And I just don't want her to be one of those that she leaves, comes back 6 months later, wins the title, has a short run, leaves again. That she deserves to be in some storylines. Okay, she also deserves to have time off because she's been just that. She delivers every time.
She just had time off.
Exactly. So I think you don't overdo it because then people might.
But that was our honeymoon.
Honeymoon that lasts 9 months.
Honeymoon that lasts 8 months. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Wow. So when you're a diamond, you can take as long as you want.
I guess, but I guess they need Charlotte. Because obviously there's always the same redundant. I don't see I don't see Rhea. Anybody? Who do you guys see challenging Rhea for the title next?
Oof.
Well, I think we're kind of seeing that. Isn't it going to be? Oh no, unless I'm getting. Yeah, I think it's Zelina. No,
Oh, Zelina.
Zelina.
Wow,
Because on SmackDown, she.
The LWO.
Well, they are really over since they came back a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
They are really over, and Ray's doing a phenomenal job of always promoting it with the T-shirts and everything. So maybe I don't see the credibility though of her.
Well, they need to do
she'll
something with
definitely
Zelina
lose.
though, so at least it's a new face.
Yeah.
She'll definitely most likely lose, especially if you also have that match at Backlash. You're gonna obviously have Ray and Bad Bunny win, I imagine.
Oh, yeah, it's in Puerto Rico on top of it.
Yeah,
It's in Puerto Rico.
Cincinnati.
with four
That's it. I
speaking,
guess-
so that's going to main event. So we agree before we finish with Rhea. We agree that'll be the main event and not Brock versus Cody.
I don't know. I think it'd be a co-main event.
Four Spanish speaking people. Two of them from that country or whatever state or whatever you want to call Puerto Rico.
Right.
So I think I think there's a strong possibility that's the main event, even though either can main event. But I think that would be your main event with four Spanish speaking, two local wrestlers.
And so Cody
and a
doesn't get
legend.
his WrestleMania moment again? Are you fucking shitting me?
No, it's gonna be a co-main event.
Well, we can't have a co-main event. I know they call co-main events, but there's only one. There's only one.
just-
line.
there's only one main event.
And in that case, I think it's gonna be Cody.
Unless you open it.
Yeah, that's the only other way you can
unless
do
you
that.
open, you legit open with the tag match, because then that allows maybe
something,
Bad
yeah.
Bunny to do his regular hosting stuff afterwards, maybe, especially if they
Mhm.
win. It then maybe allows Judgment Day to get involved with the Zelina and Rhea thing with LWO getting all involved there. I don't know. I feel like you have to, and Brock, you don't want Brock to get mad again. Apparently Brock was upset that he was like on that he was
Opening.
that he was opening on night
Mhm.
2, and
Mhm.
that
Look what he had to deal with on top of it.
Yeah.
yeah, no, I mean, for sure, I definitely get that. That was what
Horrible.
I thought it was going to
Horrible.
be horrible.
Yeah.
So
It
But that
definitely.
thing- That thing was more horrible than John Cena and Austin Theory, in my opinion. I think that match was.
wow, you're just gonna let Omos slide on that one, huh? Like, come on.
No, to be honest with you, if I had to choose a match to watch a match again, I'd rather watch the Omos match.
Well, I mean, it's pretty impressive to see Lesnar suplex him. So,
Well, it's
I
like
mean,
watching
I
a
would-
car wreck, right? I guess you get. That's why you would want to watch that, because I don't see. Okay, Cena and Theory did not.
Flat.
I don't know if it was
Oh,
flat.
The only
I mean,
thing
it
that-
just
the
there
only
was
good
no
thing-
torch passing. There was no. It didn't do
No.
anything for Theory at all, and I don't
only-
want it to be Theory's. Sorry, go ahead.
It's okay. The only good thing about that match was John Cena's merch. Besides that, poof.
And his entrance. Yeah,
his
I agree. I agree with that. But I think because we look at it as a typical John Cena match, where he's the champion or he's main eventing or something like that. It's not the first time. Yes, I was thinking that. I wasn't sure, but I was thinking that it wasn't this first time opening. I think it was more being he was pissed more not about the opening, but about being in a match with Shitty Omos. But I digress.
Yeah, but he already knew that.
But
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
Vince.
yes.
But isn't that Vince's doing?
It could have been. Well, I don't know if the story, the booking of that match was Vince's doing, but definitely had the feeling of that of Vince booking.
I feel like
but
it was Vince, because if you're gonna do a Brock versus Omos, the only logical way to do it is make Omos win. But because Omos didn't win, then maybe it wasn't Vince's doing. But that's both of Vince's guys, right?
Yeah.
So who the fuck
'Cause
knows?
I
And
think-
Brock apparently was already pissed and threw like a title at Vince or something backstage. So there was that rumor that happened, and Shane apparently was upset with Brock as well. Road Dogg mentioned it on his podcast that happened.
Okay.
So Brock was mad about something, maybe about how unprofessional maybe Omos is in the ring and how green he is because, well, the guy can't do much because he's so fucking tall and he doesn't sell. So, but Brock should have known what he was getting into.
Of course, guaranteed. You should have known the evidence is there for you to see. I just think it's because if I was booking it, I'm 100% behind JLB here. If I'm booking that match, then the only reason to book that match is to put Omos over. But as I mentioned before WrestleMania on our last podcast, I thought they were going to use that to give Brock a victory once again after losing against Bobby twice and then getting disqualified the other time. You needed a match to make Brock look strong again. But I thought he was going to stay as a babyface. Now, if you were gonna turn him heel, then you didn't need to make him look strong at WrestleMania because he was going to be a heel the next day and turn on Cody. So
finish your thought.
And he was going to be that dominant force and destroy Cody for 10 minutes. So you don't have to make him look strong the night before. So that's where it's all over the place, and that's where I smell Vince's mustache.
But what I was pointing before, as of Brock and Cody, are we really going to make Brock lose again? It's going to be his fourth loss straight then.
Well, no, because he won a...
Brock won at Mania.
Yes, sorry. Never mind. Erase that.
I don't think heel Brock needs to win.
No. Well, I just don't see Cody beating Brock.
Well, then
he's going to have to.
You don't. No. Then you don't see Cody ever being champion. Then.
Yeah, then there's no fucking point of making Brock beat Omos because the only reason why I said, oh, okay, that's why Brock beat Omos is because now Cody can beat Brock because if Brock beat Omos, if Omos beat Brock and Cody beats Brock at Backlash, that proves nothing because you lost
equal to
Omos. Yeah, it's equal to Omos. Oh, great, you beat Omos. Yay.
It's a regular match, right? Brock and Cody? There's no DQ or anything?
Well, there's no speculation so far.
Honestly,
but
the story was already kind of told, though, because Cody beat Seth and Roman never beat Seth. So that story was already kind of fucking told. If they kind of did that story before Mania, you would have had your WrestleMania moment. I don't know what the point is of going for 1,000 days. This is not going to mean
it's 1,000 days. Jake,
who gives a shit?
I think the point, maybe the devil's advocate here, because even though I think it should have finished
Vince.
the reign. But I do, since he'll never beat the longest reigning champion, which is I think Bob Backlund 2,000 days or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. And then there's Bruno Sammartino, and then there's another one.
I think Martino was the longest. Sammartino's the longest.
One of those two are the longest. One of them is over 2,000 days. So
I'm
there's
Googling.
Okay, so there's no way Roman was going to go 2,000 days. Already 1,000 days seems like a fucking eternity. Sorry, my swearing. Right. So imagine 2,000. So obviously he wasn't gonna go for the record. But 1,000 days he can still be labeled as the GOAT.
2,803.
2,800 days. That's like fucking 5 years.
Bruno, it's from May 17, 1963 until January 18, 1971. Bruno Sammartino.
Damn, 8 years. 8 years.
8 years.
So obviously that record will never.
Yeah, but Bob Backlund is 2,135. That's not going to be broken. You're not breaking the top four.
And that's more modern era.
Hulk Hogan 1,474.
That would be another extra year after the 1,000. Imagine.
How much is Hogan?
Bruno is 1,470. 474.
So maybe they're gonna pass SummerSlam.
Bruno 1,237. You even have Pedro Morales 1,027, but I don't think.
But those are the names they always repeat when Roman does his entrance.
Yeah, Bruno Sammartino, Bob Backlund, those guys are always the ones they repeat. So
Hogan.
I don't. Okay, then they have that's why I'm saying 1,000 days for them is a good benchmark because then they could use that as a modern era.
Because the modern era would have been beating CM Punk at 434. Okay, so that already places Roman at 5th place.
Mhm.
essentially. Because what's the point? You're not going to go 2,000 days. You're going to
No.
beat Pedro Morales's maybe at 10:27.
Well, that's the problem, Mike. Yeah, but we
Yeah,
don't know
he's
when.
taking a break. I don't know when he's coming back, but probably SummerSlam would be the
Okay,
time
so
he
wait.
would come back.
You're telling me we're gonna?
Doesn't mean he won't do SmackDown appearances to build whatever he needs to build.
okay.
But
Right.
I mean, in the ring, we'll probably see him the next time at the SummerSlam.
So is that really defending your title? Like,
But yeah, it still
of
counts.
course he's gonna get. Of course,
Well, yeah,
he's gonna
that's
get
it. It's
1,000.
not defense. It's not defenses of the title. It's days as champion.
It's days, yeah. Or else poor
So-
Brock, he would hardly have a reign. You know what I mean? He
So,
fought
I think that's
5
why-
times in a year, maybe.
I think that's why they want that 1,000-day mark, because that 1,000 is a nice number to market around, I guess.
Sure.
I'm not saying I agree with it, but I guess that's why they want to market that around that, and they're already using the word GOAT a lot in the last few weeks, especially since beating Cody. So that's what they're trying to build up, and I think they're putting themselves in the corner by doing this, because, like I said before, you're gonna need a big name to beat that.
And you're telling me
record.
Cody's that big name? I don't think so.
Cody's definitely that big name, for
Oh
sure.
yeah, for sure.
For
It
sure.
was at Mania, not anymore, guys. Come
Well, how
on.
did-
No,
What did he lose?
Look, I'm pissed off. Yeah, exactly. I'm
The-
pissed off
the
that he didn't win
train
it at
has
Mania.
passed. The
It has not
train
passed.
has passed.
No.
He's there
People
with
will
his
still
rubber
be
ducky.
excited.
I think his promo this Monday was his best promo since being in WWE. Like, He made it seem believable. He
guys.
made it seem like he even mentions it. The thing that people say, I have to earn it. Earn it. I am it.
I am it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
So
that was great.
I think,
But he
I think
hasn't
there's a
done
story.
it.
There's a story behind. Well, he hasn't done it. No, he hasn't done it in yet. But I think that's the story they're telling. I think the payoff is going to be huge. I'm not saying I wouldn't
it's
have
the
done the
story.
Mania.
It's still the same story before
Yeah.
Mania or after Mania. So it doesn't change anything. And Roman's reign, pun intended, I guess, going at 1,000, sure, it's good for a marketing thing, but what are you gonna market? You're gonna make a 1,000th Roman Reigns toy figure out of it or shirt? Like,
Sure.
who cares?
Well, sure, guaranteed.
We-
yeah,
Let's be on the-
sure guaranteed.
Well,
Be
look,
the
WWE
1,000s? Like,
Well, WWE has a history of erasing some stuff, so maybe they're gonna swerve something in there.
What do you mean?
well, I mean, you can't really erase history like that. I mean, they can't say
No, you
he's
can't.
the top. I mean, they already mentioned it, though. They already mentioned the 4 that was there. I
Mhm.
don't even think they mentioned Pedro
Yes, they did.
on that list. Did they? Okay. So, yeah, they already mentioned those names. They didn't mention CM Punk, though, because they
No.
mentioned those 4. And then they didn't say
once.
CM Punk.
I think Michael Cole mentioned them once.
Once.
Oh, did he? Oh,
I
shit.
think once.
Hopefully Vince wasn't backstage, Joe, when that happened.
No. I think it was before Vince's return, or
Oh, okay.
hostile takeover, if you want.
God damn it.
Um,
That's fair.
So yeah, but okay, we'll have to see, because now there's a story to tell. If the Brock, now we're gonna see Brock on Raw on Monday, and Brock has to pull through. You have to sell me why you turned on Cody. Like, it can't be, the story can't just be Cody needs to conquer the Brock. The story you have to give me a reason why Brock turned on Cody. What pissed him off?
Paul
or
didn't
what
explain it yet,
triggered-
huh?
No, they didn't
Paul
explain it.
Heyman
Well, he
didn't
wasn't,
explain
because he
it.
wasn't on Raw this week. Yeah. So they're kind of
Well, Paul Heyman
wondering-
was on Raw, and he just didn't explain it. He just went on to say something else.
basically, basically he's selling the thing. He's selling the part of the story where Cody has to conquer the Beast before he even has a chance to fight Roman again.
Give me a
But I guess, I need Brock's side of the story on this. It can't be just because Brock wants to destroy Cody because he got fed up. You got to give me a storyline behind this.
I mean, it's going to be one of two ways, I would say. They're going to go Vince Simpleton like storytelling of, well, if I can't face him, neither can you. Or it's simply just going to be, well, I did a favor for Paul Heyman. If I did him this favor, then I get another shot at the championship.
Type of thing. If at least if it's that, then I'm more understandable. I will more understand the turn, but it has to be in around those.
Could we see a triple threat then?
I know because Brock Lesnar technically is not allowed. No,
he's not allowed.
They would have to put it in the story. Yeah,
unless that storyline works,
Yeah.
and then thus that's how you're kind of going to see the fall of the bloodline, though. But
Brock
then
Lesnar
you're still going to ruin because
I think it was part of the stipulation. Yeah,
it was part of the stipulation.
Last time he lost, we would never.
But they announced that whoever wins against Brock and Cody is going to fight against Roman.
I didn't hear that.
No,
I heard that somewhere.
Well, the match isn't even confirmed yet. Technically, Cody just issued it.
Cody just challenged. Yeah, exactly.
Or did I read that somewhere? Okay,
maybe you read that somewhere. I don't remember.
Some unofficial dirty sheets that you went through.
Could
there
be.
Was one of
Most
those.
likely.
Yeah. So, go ahead.
So yeah, that was kind of WrestleMania.
What do you guys think about Trish's turn?
I definitely prefer heel Trish.
So we're gonna have that at Mania as well. Mania, SummerSlam, sorry.
Or even Backlash, technically.
Yeah,
You
could
could
be
definitely just have that at Backlash.
Becky versus Trish at
Becky versus
Backlash.
Trish.
Yep. And it was a very questionable return for Lita. She's had some questionable matches. She wasn't on her top form this last run. I understand that Raquel and Liv are only transitional champions here.
Okay.
Because
for Ronda,
for Ronda and Shayna, definitely.
I figured that out. Yeah.
So because you need to beat the baby faces, so there would have kind of been a problem with. I don't think they wanted that match between whatever.
Wouldn't it have been a bigger result if Ronda beat Becky and Lita?
Yeah, but I don't think they want to make Becky look bad. I think they want to make Ronda and Shayna look destructive, and for that, it's going to be easy to destroy Liv while also beating the biggest woman in the division. So I think it would make them. I think it's perfect.
I even think Raquel turns on Liv.
Could very well be possible.
Dude,
and she tweeted on
that. What? I heard she shitted on that.
Liv tweeted that for Rodriguez not to backstab her.
For Rhea not to backstab.
Really?
For Rodriguez.
Yeah, Rodriguez.
Okay.
Because she also has an MMA background too, right, Raquel? Isn't she the one with an MMA background?
No, that's Deville.
I know Deville has one. I thought Raquel had like a very little minor background in it as well. But either way, Raquel needs to fucking go heel.
Yeah. Because the back poses aren't doing it.
As strong as she is, yeah, exactly. And I don't want to see your suction cups when you go for your back treatments there. I would preferably like not to see the suction cups there. Daniel Bryan did it a few times there too. You're hurt. I guess you got to do what you got to do. But it just looks fucking weird. But yeah, you definitely got to turn Raquel heel. And I think maybe her being the muscle within Shayna and Ronda would be kind of cool too. Although they're all pretty much three badasses there. I think that might be fun. Poor Liv, but whatever. She doesn't deserve it.
Well, I think Liv at this point has come to terms with the fact that she will be. I don't want to be a bastard here, but not a mid-carder. No, not a jobber, but a spare tire in kind of a way.
Spare tire.
Well,
Jesus Christ.
because the jobber is
ru-
just someone that's just there to
guess-
lose to other people. But
And
I
the
guess
jobber is
no, that's what I said. That's what a jobber is somebody that's just there to lose to other people.
Okay.
I think she can fill in and have some main events when they need her, like now winning the tag team championships. But that's all she will be, is transitional champion here. I'll put you in a women's title match just so you could put over the other one. It's that's going to be her, because other than that, she will never be top star material. She might sell. I was going to say jersey. She might sell T-shirts, but and she will have a base of a fan base. I mean, a fan base behind her, but not in the top star category. I don't see her ever getting back there.
So we're not gonna see no more another SmackDown reign.
I don't think so. Well, not in the near future. Not in the near future, guaranteed. So, and in the next 2 years, I could almost be sure that she won't be in the title picture. There,
Yep, I would probably
unless something
agree with
crazy happens, like a Becky's broken nose, and
Well,
really she gets really
there's
over
also-
with the crowd.
And
But I think,
Charlotte's still
that
on a
really-
hiatus. She has randomly
And-
another honeymoon, and it lasts another
There's
year.
also it was also reported that Bailey is not happy and wants to be released,
Oh, she wants to go chill with her friend.
and that's also with the Drew too's not happy where he is. So
Well, apparently I heard that this week. I'm really surprised about Drew, because I would think he would have learned from that, but from these disgruntled feelings that he gets, but from the first time he left WWE. But whatever,
Right.
I understand. He really wants that that we've talked about on this podcast, and I think he deserves. I think we all agree that he
Mhm.
would deserve a title run with fans in the arenas.
Right, for sure.
That Thunderdome title run. I think he did a good job with what he
He
was
did.
working with, and
Right.
so I think
I
he
conc-
deserves to see what
concur.
what the pop would be with people behind him, with people in the crowds. I mean, I think he's I could back him on that statement, but yeah, with the other one for that we were talking about right before Drew, that Bailey, in Bailey's case. It's not like they're not treating her good. Okay, yes, she lost. Okay, with this whole thing on Monday where they actually
Well, they're not
she
treating
was
her
gonna-
team good, at least.
Yeah, that's it. They're not treating her team, except that what's her face, Io Sky, won this triple threat match to get the title shot on Raw, which there was originally going to Bailey, but then they're like, you always get a chance. So they're like
Right.
putting the seeds for a breakup of the Damage Control. So Io Sky, maybe Bailey turns on Io Sky in that title match. That would be if I'm the leader of the Damage Control. I'm most certainly not gonna let one of my disciples win the title before I am. So
Right.
so I think that could be a way to do it. I would understand why she's pissed, because I think she wants to be in the title picture, but I don't know, because Becky and Charlotte are always there, no matter what. Even if they're not champions, they're always in the title pictures or in the top of the women's division.
Or Asuka or Bianca, you know.
Against one of them. It's always those two against one of the other ones of the top stars, whichever is at that time of the month. So I understand she's a bit frustrated. Maybe I don't know, I'm just speculating here. Maybe she thinks that this whole her being friends with Mercedes Moné, maybe they're kind of punishing her a bit. She sees it that way, which I don't think would be accurate, but I can understand why she would see it that way. Maybe she wants to go join up with her friends. She sees how her friends being treated and getting paid in New Japan and in the indie scenes per appearance. She's like, why? I could do that too. So I understand that, but what I don't know if she could do what Mercedes Moné is doing now, being somebody completely different. I do like her as a heel, and I think she's done a phenomenal job as a heel, much better than her hugging gimmick.
Oh, for sure.
But I don't know. I have my doubts of what she can do outside WWE, outside that WWE machine that would be behind her. But whatever. And we did see a little side note. Didn't we see Naomi on taping of Impact? sitting in the front row.
I didn't see nothing.
I think
I'll
I
take your
heard
word for it. I don't know. I didn't.
I heard about
Naomi?
that. Let me just Google Naomi Impact Wrestling. Let me see, because I remember seeing that somewhere, but I don't remember if it was a credible source or not. So let me just Google it. Naomi Impact Wrestling.
When Kid Crazy is looking at that, May 27th, Night of Champions, Saudi Arabia.
Oh, okay, so that would be
no.
their next.
Yes.
It's not Night of Champions though. It's King of the Ring.
Night of Champions, Saturday, May 27th.
Yeah, that's King of the Ring though. They're having the whole King of the Ring thing in Saudi Arabia.
So why is this a Night of Champions? I think they're going twice then.
Okay.
It's true, because
I
they
know
did
they're
announce
doing
the King and Queen. Yeah.
Yes, they did.
And I think that is for May. Maybe they just didn't update it. I'm not sure, but let me check that there. 2023. Look at us. May 27, 2023. So they must have just changed the name. It's King of the Ring.
Okay, so they're probably King of the Ring will be part, because I heard they're going to have the semifinals and the finals at that show. So they're going back to kind of a more of
Okay, so it's not full-fledged tournament.
yeah, it's not all 3
They're
matches.
not just
So
going to make it exclusive. Okay.
Yeah. So it's a YouTube video. All I can find is a YouTube video, so I don't want to see the video, but I guess I'll have to try to find it and post it on our page once I find it. I can't find it here. Quick. So yeah, so that's another thing, because we had never heard about anything about Naomi since then, other than being backstage at the Wrestle Kingdom for Mercedes Moné's NWGP debut. So yeah, so I guess we'll have to wait and see, because I can't find it here, and no, I can't find it. I'll look for it outside podcast hours. I'll try to post it to our page or send it to the private messenger, and somebody will post it for you guys to see if I'm able to find it. What else? WWE. What else? WWE can we talk about? Creative. I guess it's pretty obvious.
So, well, I mean, we got the sellout.
Let's talk about the sale. Yeah.
But before you
so-
continue, technically the Night of the Champions, King and Queen of the Ring, it's probably going to be scrapped. That's why they changed the name.
I don't know,
After they
man, because they
promoted
already
it so
mentioned it
hard.
on TV. Yeah, they promoted it though.
Well, technically, that's why I read fast. That's
And it was-
it's all Vince is doing. His like King of the Ring.
Yeah, that's it. If
That could make sense. Yeah.
because Triple H was really pushing for that, for the return of King of the Ring and for the first ever Queen of the Ring. I wouldn't be surprised. And before we move on to the sale, do you guys see Brock's? After Brock 10 minutes destroyed Cody,
Mhm.
How did they end Raw with? With Brock pulling
The fingers.
the fingers, right?
Right.
Some people were saying, speculation and dark
Mhm.
web shit. We're saying that was a Vince McMahon message to everyone. Say, "Fuck you, I'm back."
I could see that
Oh,
happen.
yes, heard about that. Yeah, for sure.
I could see that happening.
And it was kind of to get back. I don't know, that maybe pushing that fantasy a bit further was like it was all a ploy to to make to basically say fuck you to Cody after all the indirects that he gave while he was in AEW to Vince and to WWE. It was kind of them like getting back at Cody. I don't see it that way, but I definitely can see how it can be a Vince McMahon like I'm back. So everybody
Right.
everybody look, because apparently you see the difference, right? Last Raw, which was the Raw after Mania, well, not last one this Monday, but the one before, the Raw after Mania, where it was rewritten 3 times and completely scrapped and rewritten by Vince McMahon. Vince McMahon was at gorilla position. Vince McMahon was with the headsets on, but this week he wasn't on Raw, and you saw a bit of a difference. So it was more like Triple H had more of freedom to
Yeah.
run everything, and not the guy next to him ripping everything. Not a good idea. Rewrite that.
And technically, Seth was not happy when Vince was there. The Raw that Vince was there.
Well, yes, because we leaked the videos and the pictures leaked during the commercial break. So yeah, that was another stupid thing. So he comes out with the music. The fans are singing, woo, doo, doo. And then
he leaves.
they cut to commercial, and he comes back, and then he just leaves. It's absolutely what did he come to the ring? But you see in the leaked footage where somebody comes out, a producer or whatever, offers him a piece of paper, a sheet of paper. He reads it, and he seems like he's really disappointed. They come back, and he leaves.
Right.
So that definitely seems like apparently a lot of the talent are nervous because a lot of things were rewritten, redone. Okay, you're doing this, then you're not doing it no more. Then okay, yes, you're doing it again, but it's going to be different. And this week, since Vince wasn't there and Triple H had more last word, I guess, because the last word now apparently goes to Vince McMahon. But it's still Triple
Whether
H
there or
leading the
virtually.
Yes, exactly. It's still Triple H leading the creative team,
No.
but Vince McMahon has the last word.
There
So
you
when
go.
Vince McMahon is not there, then he has more freedom to. Vince can't get the last word and everything. Yes, he does get the call and he goes, okay, this is the show, and if he wants to change anything, he can still change it, but he can't change it on the fly. Like call from wherever he is, and it's 8:50. It's at 9:59, about to go into the third hour and change everything. So there's a bit of a nuance there to be having. You see the difference because you saw the Raw was much better than the week before.
Right.
So that there's and SmackDown, which he's never there, is always better than Raw, because Raw sometimes Vince is there. So you see that he's definitely head of creative. So let's jump into the sale here. In general, good thing or bad thing for WWE?
Good thing.
Yeah, I mean, I guess good thing. It's not really going to change much. Great for Vince.
Oh yeah.
I had posted on my Facebook as a question. So what's the difference between Harvey Weinstein and Vince McMahon? Vince McMahon got away with all this sexual harassment and actually got
No
paid
conviction,
a good chunk for it. No conviction.
And no charges.
And no charges at
Just
all.
accusation.
But on his new contract, he has there's something he has.
He has protections against being fired. But
Yes, but he also has something else, and I can't remember right now.
what do you mean? Like if he breaks, you mean like on the other side of it? So he has protections to be fired. You'll get bonuses and stuff like that. 1.4 mil, I think I heard something like that.
Yeah,
I
but
don't know the exact numbers, but you're saying maybe on the other side of it. So if any other stories come out that there's
like he has a warning of something that if he has if something else pops, the contract is completely kaput or something like that.
okay, would have to
well,
look that up because
I'm gonna look for it.
I definitely heard about the protections against being fired. But I didn't hear about the other way around. It would make sense because I don't see how Ari Emanuel, which is the CEO of Endeavor, which is, for anybody that's watched Entourage, Ari Gold in the show, the super agent, it's kind of based on Ari Emanuel. Ari Emanuel was an agent, and he's kind of launched his own agency and then ended up buying UFC, and then ended up buying UFC with Saudi Arabia, but didn't like Saudi Arabia and how they conducted their business. So he bought them out and he kicked them to the curb. So Ari Emanuel seems like a guy that'll stand up for himself. And I guess he won't stand long for these Vince McMahon antics. So I can see how there would be these clauses in the contract where if Vince fucks up again, or if any other major story comes out, that they have a way out from. But because listen, he lost majority control, so he no longer has the majority vote, which now he has 18.4 or 18.9% of the shares. He lost. He's not. All he is chairman of this new company. He's executive chairman. Sorry, the exact term is executive chairman of this new company, which is basically the president of the board of directors, basically, of this new company, which doesn't give him all the pull in the world. It gives him that he still has a bit of power, and I guess Nick Khan still stays and Dana White stay as respectfully presidents of both these companies, UFC and WWE.
Right.
But like Vince McMahon still has inside WWE still has a lot of pull. Obviously, we've seen it. Now, those guys above him, the Ari Emanuels and the other guy that's the COO and the CFO of the new company, obviously overpower Vince McMahon. So, I think there's limits, and I wouldn't be surprised if what Big Red is saying about the clauses, the other way around, going for Vince if he fucks up again or if any new stories come, it would make sense from a business standpoint. And knowing the little that I know about Ari Emanuel that I've read up on him, is he would put those clauses in the contract. So I don't see that as far fetched. I see the sale itself, the merger actually, not the sale, but the merger itself, I see as good. I think UFC do a phenomenal job in marketing. So I think that will help WWE in that aspect. As for crossover things,
I don't see that happening.
I don't see many crossovers happening. I definitely see WWE start sitting ringside and UFC starts sitting ringside, cross promotions, but I don't see too many crossovers like into the ring itself or into the octagon itself, the other way around. Which I like. People understand. It makes perfect sense because not many wrestlers. Maybe a few, but not many wrestlers will last that long in an octagon. I can see, though, an easier transition from a guy like, for example, Masvidal, George Masvidal. That's a big sell, just retired. Maybe it makes it easier for him to transition into wrestling. That's that I believe so. Or like a Brock to maybe go fight John Jones one last time, a big money fight, even though he's 43 years old. I see that making it easier for that to happen. But go ahead, Big Red.
Whoa, one last time. Brock faced John Jones?
Yes.
No, he didn't face John Jones. One last time.
Time
in UFC.
I was like, what? They were totally different weight classes.
It's confirmed. King of the Ring is no more.
Confirmed. The source of this is
NoDQ.com. WWE no longer using King of the.
They have a source, so it might be Fightful or Dave Meltzer.
Yeah, usually they post the source at the bottom. Yeah.
No longer using King and Queen of the Ring as for May 27th.
So that makes sense.
Yeah, that's got to be Vince's thing.
It's Vigneault back for sure.
So that makes sense with the whole changing of the name of the pay-per-view to Night of Champions, and it totally makes sense with the return of Vince McMahon.
All right, let's just see.
And WWE also tweeted it technically, so it's off WWE's Twitter.
It seems like it's.
Let's just see if every title is going to be on the line, not like Battle of the Belts, AEW, and there's like one champion
or none. They only had the Ring of Honor titles last time. Yeah. So, so this is the problem. See, I have no problem. Vince's company does whatever he wants. He came back. He wanted to be part of the process of selling the company. Whatever, it's your company, man. You do whatever the fuck you want with it. But but creative now with creative and these things, it's affecting my entertainment. What I watch.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't like that. I don't know if I would be a shareholder.
You would sell?
Well, not that I would sell because they're gonna. He made us a bunch of money.
It went up to 102 right now.
Exactly. So the shares the company was the amount of shares that were out there of the company estimated the company at about $6 billion. Okay, he's getting 9 point something $1 billion.
103 right value. Now. It went up 37 cents today. So
okay, they've made the shareholders some money in these past few weeks. But if I'm a shareholder and as a fan, I would start a petition to get Vince out or a big runoff of shares.
But bro, the board of directors have been trying to do that. No, remember we discussed
Yeah.
like 3-4 different
Yeah.
lawsuits.
Yep.
So
And it seems like he's coming out on top of all of them. But I
Yeah.
don't know, with this new company, I don't know. Maybe he doesn't have as much power, so maybe it would be easier to do. But
Right.
I'm sure if there's a big runoff, if people start selling their WWE shares, because obviously the merger is not done yet. It takes time to finalize this. So technically they're still separated. I think it could go up to 6 months if I read correctly. It could take up to 6 months. So obviously right now WWE is still his own entity and has his own stock. If there's a runoff and people just start selling the stock and the stock plummets, I think that something will happen there. I don't know if that's the way to go to get Vince to understand that his time is done. I don't know. You want to stay executive chairman, whatever, but man, I don't know if you how you could be so smart and such a wise businessman and
Right.
and not see what's directly in front of you, that you let your ego stand in
Ego.
front of your eyes and not permit you to see how much the product has been better since Triple H has been head of creative. It boggles my mind how he does not see that.
You
But
got
you said
so
it-
angry that your screen froze. It's amazing. But I agree with you.
But you said it. Agreed. Greed makes you blind.
Well, I don't know if
Well,
I don't think it's greed, because greed, he has everything he wants. Fuck.
No, it's
I think
ego.
It's
It's ego.
yeah.
Sorry. Yeah. Well,
It's ego.
yeah.
Just ego.
His ego is so big. He thinks so much of himself that even though he sees the numbers are there, the ratings are there, the merchandise is there, everything is there. There's these numbers he could check and he could see how things are better since Triple H is ahead of creative, and
Mhm.
you just put your ego in front of you and say, I'm still gonna do better now once I come back, knowing what you did before and that you're not gonna change. I don't see. I don't see, and I feel bad for Karrion Kross. I feel bad for all
Eric
these
Young.
people-
All the people
mean,
he
Eric?
fired.
Yeah, all the people he fired and that Triple H made an effort to bring back. William Regal. I understand.
Right.
At least he's close to his son now. But since Vince
Right.
has come back, have we seen much of his son on NXT either? I don't know. I haven't watched too much
Right.
as NXT. Somebody would have to correct me if
He's
I'm wrong. But
he has
I
he
don't
has a
think so.
match.
I don't think
He
so.
has a match for the North American title.
okay, so at least he's
Okay.
he's in the mid card title picture. So okay, whatever. But all these people, man, that like they put their shit on the line to come back into the company, and to be just shat on like this by Vince is just disappointing, man.
Eric Young is back with WWE for 6 months and he has not been on TV yet.
Honor no more.
Oh damn! I didn't even know he signed back with WWE. So well, we haven't seen him. So
Yeah,
6 months.
So yeah,
And he was and he was good where he was in Impact.
yeah, he was the leader of
Well-
Honor No More.
yeah,
So imagine.
So I don't get it. And nobody. Well, I guess that nobody's around Vince, so now he's isolated. I guess his wife doesn't talk to him too much. From the rumors, Stephanie hasn't talked to him too much. I know we've seen pictures like with Triple H and him in the same picture. I don't know what their speaking terms are, but there's nobody
Right.
that could. Does he not have any confidants that can tell him, "Yo, back up a bit, man"?
I was
no,
first.
there were no
Go
one.
ahead.
But who, bro? Who? Because the Laurinaitis got fired. That was his probably biggest confidant. But it's not even a confidant, bro. It's yes men.
Yeah,
Vince
exactly.
doesn't have anyone to run ideas off of. He just has yes men to run ideas off of. Steph doesn't talk to him because she knows he's egotistical and he doesn't give a shit about anything but his ideas. Triple H knows what's up. He's just gonna do what he does and whatever, get a pay and maybe put more money in the shares and whatever. I think Trips at this point just knows, you know what, Vince, at this rate, now I really know I'm probably not going to ever become COO or CEO of the company anymore. And I really don't think my heart can quite literally take all that pressure and so on just from, yeah, you know, and I think he's just looking at it more like, I'm just gonna do my job 9 to 5 and spend time with the kids when I can, kind of thing.
Ride the
And that's
wave.
it. But Trips knows just ride the wave, man.
I guess. I guess it is disappointing to me because we were up to WrestleMania. We had a great 6 months there since SummerSlam, like in storytelling, in creating new stars, in getting a certain. Raw was getting closer to the 2 million mark, which I hadn't done other than the anniversary or the special Raws there, the 30 anniversaries and those thematic Raws. And now we're gonna go back to mediocrity.
It's sad what I'm gonna say, but we just have to wait for the poor man to die.
You might wait a long time, my friend, because these guys
Yeah,
like
man.
this, man, they don't go
They
down
live
easy.
forever.
Man.
That's it.
Well,
Look at George Soros. Look at Robert Murdoch. Look at all these. Look at all these guys late into their 90s, and I think we're heading that way for with Vince here, and that gives us 15 to 20 years. So
Yeah.
so that waiting. I am not gonna wait till I'm fucking 60 years old to fucking get a good WWE product back. There's no way in hell. Either wake up
Right.
AEW and get better, because them too. Well, we're gonna get to it. Trust me, we're gonna get to it. But either somebody's got to wake up and get this guy to smell the coffee. I don't think he will. If he would have, he would have already, I guess.
I don't like
But-
caffeine.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm the sale. Like I said, the sale is good for the shareholders and money wise, and maybe for the long term business aspect of it. I'm all for it. But for the product in the ring, I don't know if that's going to be any good, or at least for the next year, if it's going to be any good news for us. But we're here to see it. We're here to talk about it, and I'm definitely going to be here to complain about it.
at least we have AEW.
For sure.
Yeah, I guess.
Don't get him started. No, I mean, yeah, AEW certainly is better than Vince's Raw by a
It's-
tenfold there.
It's
Oh,
been
yeah.
flat lately, though.
It is
I don't
flat a bit. It is flat a bit, but at least we still get some good matches. They have to do better in the storytelling aspect of it, but at least we're still getting good matches week in and week out. Which
What are you
that
guys-
Raw after WrestleMania was not the case.
know. What are you guys' thoughts about the Guns entrance? Many men.
Yeah, no, that was cool.
That was fun.
I thought
Have
with
fun.
I thought with that, I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, okay, so FTR is gonna lose, and then just maybe do something with ROH, but no, FTR ended up winning, and I think I'm slowly appreciating the Gun Club more, the Ass Boys. They
Better
do
than
got
the
a
Acclaim.
swagger about them.
Well, the FTR has
Definitely.
4 more years.
The acclaimed without belts, honestly, just falls flat. I feel like
Well,
aside from the
and-
rap, I'm just like I'm done
Yeah.
with them.
Aside
now.
from the rap and the scissoring, not much to offer. The Acclaim have.
Well, they have to do something because FTR has 4 more years and they're calling in quits. So
They signed a 4-year contract. Their
They s-
renewal.
they 4-year contract, and after that they said hang the boots.
Okay.
Damn.
Which is all right. If they have a
fun.
crazy 4-year run, I guess it will be okay because they'll by that time have 10 years of great stuff in wrestling,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
sometimes you don't want to go on too long and like ruin that. So I can understand if they have 4 years of thunder here. I think they'll go for a long run with the titles here.
Mm-hmm.
Because now that they finally signed for a long-term contract, I think Tony's ready. He's going to ready to give them a long-term. But I think I might see them as a not in the next few weeks, but during this title run, I see them turning heel.
I like them heel more than face.
I mean, they're okay face because they're so good, so that
Right.
that people can get behind them because they're so damn good.
They're my
But I
favorite
think-
tag team.
But they definitely could do more damage as a heel, and it's also better for a long title run when you're heels, because then you have baby faces chasing, and that's
Yeah.
always nice to have instead of the other way around. So I think eventually they will turn. But now you could ride the wave of them being popular and people backing them at the beginning. Have them wrestle a lot. It's just that I'm a bit disappointed that they didn't get this chance with the AEW titles when they had all the other titles, because then that would have gave more of the prestige to them. But
Right.
whatever. Now they could concentrate on AEW and being AEW champions and defending that title week in and week out.
Well,
I
and I
think,
think we all would have bitched too that sure, being the quadruple champion would have been awesome, but I think we all would have bitched at the fact that like, it makes maybe the AEW title look weak, the tag title rather look weak. So that might be a thing now that they have lost it all. They can, I don't know. It's just I don't know. Maybe Tony Khan, business wise, would be mentioning it like that. So
Yeah,
like,
I think that makes sense.
if they win my title, yeah.
Because maybe how could these guys have time to if you're gonna be AEW champions, you gotta have to stay champion, you gotta dedicate all your time to those titles, to the AEW titles. How can you having to fight in Japan, having to fight in Mexico, having to fight in all these places, and how can you concentrate and still be champion? So I guess I could see how the importance of the AEW titles would have factored in there. I agree with that, and yeah, I could change my mind on that opinion thanks to JLB right there. Good explanation.
That's what I do. Change minds, change opinions, and change lives. That's me.
So let's get to AEW, I guess. Started off with a great match. Swerve is a good guy. You see how even when he loses, he still wins. So that didn't hurt him at all. They put on what a match. They put on a pretty insane match. I didn't like the way they did the promo afterwards, though. I think they could have worked differently there or paced that differently.
It was a bit overly long, and then they probably should have just started it at Sting's part, to be honest with you, because that was fun. That ended up being a little cool with it. But yeah, it just kind of stretched.
Cody's name being thrown in there.
That was awesome.
That was nice. Bringing up NWO Wolfpack. So that was Sting's part was probably where that promo picked up, and MJF obviously finished it great there. Darby, it wasn't that bad. He's getting better. I'll have to say he's getting better on the mic. So there is an improvement there. Still a bit to work on. I know the whole story evolves around the pillars here, but I'm starting to get fed up of hearing about these pillars because other than MJF, like they're
None
not.
of them are ready.
None of them are ready, and none of them are top stars.
Maybe
I think Darby's. I think Darby's ready.
I don't think so. The Jungle Boy is over. He's over enough with the crowd in that aspect. He's ready, but I don't think he's ready to carry the belt for a reign. I think that I think Jungle Boy can be compared to. I have to be careful the way I put this, the way I word this, but the way Liv was over before winning the title. Let me finish. The way Liv was so over before winning the title, I feel that and the way she fell flat once she had the title, I think there's a danger for Darby to be over like he is, super over. Jungle Boy, not Darby, sorry, Jungle Boy.
Right.
Be over, being so over with the crowd, but then falling flat while he's holding the belt. I think there's a potential there for him falling flat.
But isn't Darby more over than Jungle Boy? I think so.
They're both fan favorites. I feel like Jungle Boy is more over, though.
Really?
With everybody, though. With the woman fan base and the men fan base. And I think Darby's more over with the men fan base. Yeah. And the kids. Yeah.
So I think that's perfectly said. I think what the words in the wrestling business we use is basically
we use
like if I'm a professional of the wrestling.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
No,
sir.
us pundits, us wrestling pundits. like to use the words. Well, I think Jungle Boy is more over with the casual fan, and Darby's more over with the hardcore wrestling fan. I think that.
That's very well said.
So I
That's
think that's where we
it's
are.
kind of a stretch though. It's just over with the hardcore fans who like hardcore wrestling, maybe even then. Because I know a lot of hardcore wrestling fans who fucking hate Darby. You know what
Like
I mean?
the
Again,
hardcore,
that's
like
just
indie
me.
fans that love independent wrestling.
Yeah,
those guys.
exactly.
Okay.
Like the hardcore
That don't
indie
like
people,
Darby?
perhaps.
Oh.
No. Hardcore indie people might maybe like Darby. I'm just saying hardcore wrestling fans in the sense of just who maybe might like I don't know, Daniel Bryan, hardcore wrestling
Oh,
fans.
okay. You're
CM
talking about the
won't
technical
like
wrestler.
Darby.
Okay.
Well, technical wrestler and just kind of, not everyone likes the hardcoreness of what Darby brings. It's a bit too much. You know what I mean? It's not lucha libre. It's just really like, dare I say, really Spike Dudley.
Yes.
Whoa.
Yeah. It is very, very self-destructive in a way.
Yeah.
And a suicidal kind of type of wrestling,
Well, if you put it that way,
where
I see it.
I understand that, and that's where the line is drawn between Darby and Jungle Boy Jack Perry. So that I don't think they're ready to get back to what I was saying. I don't think other than MJF, those pillars are ready to take that top spot. And so yeah, I would see like Sammy, like boo, Sammy, boo.
Don't give a shit about Sammy.
I think Darby and MJF mentioned it yesterday in his promo where he probably was the one he had the best match with, the best wrestling match. So was with Darby. I think Jungle Boy can back that up also. That type of match of like how good it can be between him and MJF. But I don't see any of those guys taking that belt away from him or having any credibility or anybody believing one of those guys is going to take the belt away from him.
All right.
So
no, you're right. I mean, MJF can't lose it anytime soon.
No.
I feel like, anyways. So,
so when is he going to lose it?
Ready. Oh, I don't know. I mean, if CM Punk is coming back, I don't think CM Punk's going to win the belt. But
don't tell me we're gonna get a year of this. Because I can't take someone else with a year.
I don't think you have he has the opponents for a year of this reign.
With that said, though, he doesn't really have opponents every week, anyways, right? He generally fights maybe once or twice a month, if that. So,
and he had said in his promo. He had said in his promo the day after winning, or the Dynamite after winning the title, that he was going to be one of the champions who would fight the least.
Right.
So that's kind of expected. So they could maybe stretch it out a bit longer than it would be if he would have more credible challengers.
Well,
but,
May 20th.
But
May,
yeah, so
the next pay-per-view is May 28th, right?
So, for Double or Nothing, right? And then you have Double or Nothing. Then you have Then you have Forbidden Door. Then you have All In and All Out back to back. So there's quite a few
both.
there.
Yeah.
So
I just assumed it was replacing All Out. God damn.
All In is in London, right?
At the Wembley Stadium, which is
And
their
All
first stadium show. Which that is interesting. And then their following week or following month, or it's All Out in Chicago at the United Center.
Do you guys think that it's going to be sold out, Wembley? I don't know, man.
It probably won't be. Well,
we'll have to know the card, though. Honestly, that will kind of help determine a bit. They already sold apparently 50,000 tickets pre-sale.
Yeah,
so
50,000 is pretty good. If you add the set that they're going to add to that. Okay, yes, it could. I think it's 80 or some odd thousand. Somebody would have to verify the specific capacity, but I think it's around there, around the 80,000. I don't know how many seats the set will be taking away. But if we already have 50,000, then I could definitely say that it's a success for them, or they consider it a success if they already have 50,000 tickets sold. and they'll
Right.
probably be sold out. Because if to have 50,000 tickets sold and not have a match announced yet, which I think we all agree probably will be main evented by Kenny Omega versus Will Ospreay.
Really?
Since it's a
Well, no,
local talent
that's
in
for
Will
the
Ospreay.
Forbidden. Yeah, but I think that's going to be more maybe for Forbidden Door. No.
Wouldn't there be the world title of main eventing?
Well, it doesn't. No, they might have a hometown boy though. Doesn't necessarily need to be.
Right.
Son of a bitch, they are doing all in and all out. That is wild.
Yeah.
That is,
And it's really
crazy.
in a close to one another. So it's really back to back. So maybe they'll be connected in some way. But yeah, I see, because now that Okada has lost his belt, I could see Okada being a bigger part of Forbidden Door and maybe be seen more times on AEW television, because now he's not champion, so he doesn't have to look strong every single time. He is the Rainmaker. So I think we'll see him at Forbidden Door, which we didn't see last time.
Are we gonna see Monet?
I think so.
That's because
Probably at Forbidden Door. Yeah, I could
Yeah,
see
that's-
probably
that.
at
that-
Forbidden Door.
that's gonna be big if that happens.
Yeah, I think they can't pass that over. They can't pass that opportunity over. If you
No,
gotta,
right.
I don't know what the terms of her contract is, because I know it's per appearance, her contract.
Mhm.
So I don't know what that entails for her being on AEW television or on a pay-per-view. But definitely they would. Tony has to work on it to do his best, at least, to have Mercedes Moné on that card.
Right.
That just makes it. If you're not gonna have her on Forbidden Door, you have to try to get her for the Wembley Stadium pay-per-view, because that's huge too. So one or the other, Mercedes Moné, you do whatever you can, try to bring her on the card, because I think it would be a perfect story to tell, where she comes and help out. Is she a heel or a baby face now?
I believe
in
she's a
Japan?
face.
It looks like a face, right?
Looks like a face with attitude kind of thing. So
Okay, like walking the anti-hero type
anti-hero.
of face.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
that
really borderline though, because when she faced what is her name?
Kira?
Akira?
who
No, not Akira.
the one that the one that used to be in
The pirate.
yeah, Carrie Sane, Sane or whatever her name is.
Carrie, that's it.
Yeah,
Kari. I was
that's-
close.
Kari was technically face, no? So technically, I
Yeah, she
think
was.
Maybe she's more
You're
heel
right.
because she has an attitude, so she's maybe more heelish. Fans are just going crazy because obviously it's Sasha
it's her.
Banks and whatever.
Yeah.
It's but yeah, so I would maybe even say she's heel.
Okay, so maybe she's heel. Maybe she comes and helps the Outcasts. Then it would be a good fit. Maybe you bring up Mercedes Moné against Jamie Hayter would be fire. While you have Britt still in a kind of a rivalry with Saraya. So I think that would be a way to bring her in, and I think it would be big money for AEW and for Mercedes Moné. So I think that's a way to do it there for AEW. But that match with Swerve was very good. Swerve is underrated, and we saw at the end Swerve comes back and attack old man Keith Lee.
Yeah.
And they kind of there was a merger here, another merger other than UFC and WWE with Mogul Affiliates merging with the Embassy, right? Which is Brian Cage and
Brian
Prince
Cage and Prince Anand,
Prince
Prince
Nene or Nana, yeah. So
something.
he signed a new contract also, Brian Cage.
Yeah.
So I guess once he saw the return of Vince McMahon, it was a pretty easy decision for him. Even though he didn't
Was
appear
it
on
though?
TV.
That's kind of Vince's guy.
Well, yeah, but
That's
the
what
problem
Vince
is,
for.
yes, Vince does like big guys, but what doesn't he like big guys to do is high risk maneuvers and flips.
Right.
So, and kind of Brian Cage's only quality, I guess, other than being big, is that he's big and he can do those flips.
Right.
So, because on the mic, he's not good. Charisma, doesn't have the most charisma. So maybe somebody told him, listen, now Vince is back. You're going to go there. They won't let you do flips. You're going to do squash matches. So maybe, because it really seems interesting to me that a guy that wasn't put on TV from October to September, almost a full year,
Right.
and all of a sudden signed a 4-year contract. But okay, the last few weeks he has been on ROH. He has been on Dynamite and Rampage quite a few times. So
and
maybe
they won
the triples, the trios,
trios championship.
ROH.
So,
Exactly.
yeah.
So maybe the last few weeks we're kind of Tony kind of trying to convince him. Yeah, we have plays for you. We have stories for you. Sign with us, and you'll see. We'll take this to another level. So okay, whatever. So that was kind of a new move, because now we're seeing a lot of crossovers here between ROH and AEW. Yes, okay, we might not see the titles no more, ROH titles on the on AEW programming, but we definitely see those wrestlers, those champions.
Right.
Claudio every week with this BCC fight with the Elite, which I think is probably the best story going on right now.
Yep.
So in AEW, we kind of see the return of Adam Page with the Elite. Do we? Does this lead to what's the Blood and Guts or stadium fight or something between these two?
I would only assume it would have to be some kind of stadium craziness at Wembley. I think that's where it's going to happen. There is the rumors that if they might announce CM Punk the week before, because it would be in Chicago,
Mm-hmm.
and
21st.
maybe. Yeah, so would be in Chicago, and then with that, maybe it could be like Elite with Adam Page versus BCC with CM Punk, kind of thing. But I don't know.
Okay,
That's all
but
obviously rumors for now.
but that Moxley and Punk don't even get along.
Well, yeah,
But they're
neither does-
professionals. They're professionals.
They're professionals, though.
I'll believe
but,
it when I
mean,
see it.
that's it. So apparently CM Punk is down to come back, would be
Of course
willing
he
to
is.
work with the Elite and everything like that. The Elite apparently don't really have a comment or want to deal with that right away, considering they are going through contract negotiations. So everything is kind of up in the air. That's the rumor right now, though. Dax mentioned that CM Punk does miss the wrestling business. I would be down to see CM Punk. I don't know. Let's hope. He doesn't have
Is
an
Dax
ego
Harwood
anymore,
like
though.
CM Punk's communications director or PR
Pretty much.
or
Yeah.
publicist or something?
He has a
Wise
podcast
man.
now, right?
It's his wise man.
His wise man. That's it. So it's clear that Dax is pretty biased with CM Punk when he mentioned the whole, CM Punk's a great guy. He always said hi to me. Like he always kind of took CM Punk's side while trying to be in the middle. So, so it's his wise man. And I would imagine and they apparently are going to try to announce it. So if you announce it, thus also for the Wembley Stadium, that would certainly sell a lot of tickets. You bring them out on the night before, the week before, or the night that week in Chicago before the All-In pay-per-view. I think that is great promotion right there.
And All Out being at the United Center in Chicago, which is the biggest arena they have there, which usually they used to do it at the Sears Center when they would go to Chicago. They only did it one other time at United Center, and it was for Punk's return. So that definitely plays into that story where they know that if Punk is back, then they'll easily sell out the United Center in Chicago. I don't know. I would rather just talk about it if it does happen, because I feel like it's drainful. It drains my energy talking about CM Punk.
I
and
concur.
whatever.
Yeah.
We'll have to see. We'll have to see it because I don't know. Some people would be pissed. Some people wouldn't mind if it's business. Some things are not undeniable. The business aspect of it, like the ratings are there to prove it. Since CM Punk left, they do have a hard time breaking the million.
Right.
And they used to do it quite frequently under CM Punk. I hate to say this, but it's the truth. So,
Numbers
there's
don't lie.
there's no denying it. So I could see why you would want to bring him back because also you're going to negotiate new TV deals. So you want those numbers being at their highest when it's time to finalize the deal. So I understand the whole business aspect of it. But the wrestling, the locker room, the chemistry in the back is where I have questions. So I'll wait till it happens. But like if JLB says, if it seems like they want to announce it beforehand, so we'll get to speak about it before he shows up. So I guess we could wait till he shows up to talk about him.
Yeah, that's fair.
Fuck
That's
Phil Brooks.
absolutely fair. Yeah. Straight up. And just no more conferences if ever anything. Make sure that's not part of his
Yes,
contract.
keep him away from a live mic after the
Yeah.
pay-per-views, and please
Yeah.
do not give him any muffins. I'm starting to question those muffins had some special ingredients in them, and that's what got him off the rail there.
I would have
No,
been
but
way
all
too
jokes
quick. He was
aside.
already off the rails.
Yeah. I was just joking, but I don't want to get sued by CM Punk for defamation, saying he was high when he wasn't. So I was just
Well,
keeping
he
away
was
from,
high off
press.
adrenaline.
Yeah, I guess you could say that. And he had a bone to pick, and he decided that was the time to do it. So whatever, we'll have to see how that develops with a live mic in the ring, also because like we know they're not as scripted as WWE. So there's some jabs will be thrown if CM Punk is back, but we'll wait. I digress, and we'll wait till they announce it to talk about it. What else from interesting in AEW? I have no interest, absolutely zero freaking interest in Powerhouse Hobbs TNT title run.
I
No
do
comment.
like QTV. I do like QTV.
Yes.
I think QTV is jokes and awesome. That's a cool thing that at least is happening. I think
froze.
it's what I expected from Hobbs. Yeah, he's freezing. He's it's very hot today, and it's only Kid Crazy would be the one freezing.
But you hear me though.
We
Yeah,
hear
yeah.
you. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know, because Hobbs has everything going for him but charisma and talking on the mic. So that unfortunately is what's pulling him back. Them always going back to him versus Wardlow is getting repetitive and stupid. Yeah, I don't know. I guess it's building up QT Marshall's faction and crew and the whole QTV that kind of made it work. Unfortunately, it just doesn't work in Hobbs's favor. Yeah, I agree. I don't necessarily care for. The only real big storyline that I'm kind of caring for is the Elite and BCC, and I guess the Jericho Adam Cole baby storyline that's kind of happening, because that should be maybe fun.
Yeah, I guess the I guess that storyline of Adam Cole is a bit interesting, I guess, but it's just that I think Hobbs is doing damage. Already Wardlow did a lot of damage to the TNT title. From this TNT title, when Brody and Cody were champion, to this TNT title where Wardlow and Hobbs are champion, wow, has this title lost credibility, man.
Well, you're not even just going to give Samoa Joe
well, because Samoa Joe was okay, I guess, in between, but it wasn't that long of a run. He's the king of TV,
Right.
so I can't. That gimmick of being the king of TV had a bit of pull. He had credibility in saying that because he's fucking Samoa Joe, but Powerhouse and Wardlow are not doing any help, and fighting the TNT champion, defending against, and I have to look it up here because I did not remember his name. But Silas Young, like in a squash match where we don't know who the jobber is, it doesn't do anything for the TNT title, like zero. Like
okay,
no wonder
you
they
don't
brought
know
in
who that was.
Silas Young.
Yeah, you know
No,
who that was, right?
no.
Oh,
You
he
don't know who that
was.
is?
He's a two-time ROH
Mm-hmm.
TV. I think it's the TV championship. I was actually shocked that they squashed him because I don't think he's part of ROH right now, but back then he was ROH TV champion. He won it 2 times. So he was a pretty big deal back in ROH. So
Okay.
I
I
guess
didn't.
you
I
didn't know.
didn't. No, I didn't know that. But in the way, okay, they didn't make him look as a former TV
No, they
champion at
definitely didn't
all.
at all.
Um, and if the goal here was to make Hobbs look strong, you didn't, because
Right.
it was so easy. And I don't. It was.
You're just doing
It
the
was.
same thing with Wardlow. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
it's
Like, just
basically doing
stop.
squash after jobbers
Mhm.
instead of having the TNT should be where you defend it. Yes, you could have open challenges and you could have people, because Cody did it with independent wrestlers, but there weren't squashes, and he made those guys look good and look deserving
Right.
of getting those title
Right.
shots. And
Right.
that's what we want. If you're gonna give him a title shot, make it look like he was worthy of getting a title shot, or else why are you giving him a
Right.
title shot? So really, and in my opinion, the international championship has surpassed the TNT title in credibility.
Yep. That's I agree with that 100%. Orange Cassidy is killing it with that fucking title. And everybody who he faces, both superstars end up looking fantastic
Yep.
in that match. Who did he just face? He just faced
Buddy Matthews, and what a great
Buddy
match!
Matthews. Crazy. That's probably my match of the night.
The only
for
thing I
that
didn't like was
there,
the whole psychology with the hand a bit. It didn't work out sometimes. I understand the psychology of it, working on the hand, and that's great. I love that aspect of wrestling.
Mhm.
But I don't know, they didn't do it right. Sometimes he's using that hand that he can't use, that seems to be broken, that they're selling it as being broken, that he can't close it, but yet he could punch somebody that's going to hurt them. But you can't close your fist.
Right.
So you're going to give them an open hand fist, and it's supposed to knock them out. That's the one thing. Second thing, you're holding on to the turnbuckle, or the metal part of the turnbuckle, and he's stepping on your hand and he's pressing your hand, and then he lets go, and the guy's still holding on to the turnbuckle. Like, you can't close your hand, but you can hold on to a fucking piece of metal. So there's a bit of discrepancies here in the psychology, but the match itself, I loved. Buddy Matthews looked great in this match, even though he lost. Looked really strong. That at some points I thought he was going to win this match.
Gonna win. Yeah, that's it.
They made me believe, which is the great part of what I love about wrestling, is when I believe that somebody that I didn't think could win is actually going to win. That you've reached your goal of that match. So, which I didn't think Buddy would be able to win, but during the match I believed he could win. So that was a great match, and kudos to Orange. Other than that whole hand psychology, kudos to Orange, the way he's carrying this belt. He's making it worth something, and the way they're booking it, kudos to Tony, because I shit on Tony a lot, but they're booking this title reign pretty well here.
Perfectly. And the open challenges just work perfect. Great for Orange Cassidy too. That just works because the dude doesn't give a shit. Yeah. Hell, I might even say more. That's the second top title. The international title. Dare I even say better than the world title? Maybe a bit too much, but just in terms of relevancy and them always fighting for it.
Exactly.
Cassidy's doing what he certainly needs to there.
In terms of matches, they're definitely doing better than the AEW.
For sure, obviously. Because MJF already mentioned, he's only going to fight once, twice, every so often. So, kudos to Cassidy. Honestly, really, those two are the only two things that I'm caring about. I no longer. Well, FTR, I guess, winning the titles is great because we'll see what happens. Swerve is making me care for him a lot more too. I don't know. I just don't necessarily care for his entourage, kind of thing. So, poor Brock Lesnar wannabe. He just doesn't ever
Bordeaux.
seem to get like Bordeaux. He just doesn't ever seem to get a break. Like he has it all, but he doesn't. It just falls flat, kind of thing. And yeah, because I don't know, man.
It
That
doesn't work out. And that other guy
those
that was a
grooves aren't
baseball
working.
player with all the tattoos there, that guy too was very green, very. So I guess maybe they're sending him back to school, I guess, and can't say it in other ways. Send them back to the
Right.
classes and then take some courses. There's some promo courses, some in-ring courses. And Bordeaux, I don't know. Parker, I think it's Parker, his first name. Parker Bordeaux.
Parker Bordeaux.
I don't know if he has everything like JLB says. Maybe the only thing he's lacking is Brock's charisma.
Right.
He lacks a bit of that charisma. I don't know if you could work on that in a way, because his in-ring wasn't that bad from what I remember in NXT and the little parts that we've seen here, because I don't think we've had a match technically other maybe on Dark or Dark Elevation or something, but on national TV I don't remember him having a match. But from the little moves he's done, looks like he's good in the ring, but there's something missing there, man, and it's not working out. So that's maybe why they did this merger with the Embassy with Brian Cage and Prince Nene.
Right.
Maybe because it seems like they want Swerve to have like some bodyguards or some muscle there behind him. So which will back up because he's good on the mic.
Right.
And I like the way he lost. Yes, he lost, but then right away they put him in attacking Keith Lee at the end, costing Keith Lee the title in the main event. So right away,
Right.
his relevancy stays on top. He doesn't lose momentum too much there. But yeah. So that was. Oh yes, I wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk about this because all ego Ethan Page starts off in the ring, but not
Oh,
too
of
important.
course.
Not
Right.
too important. What is important was who comes to help at the end, and is the return of Jeff Hardy. What did you guys feel that that emotion, the music, that when that music kicked?
No.
So I no, I mean I did. Was that the first time they actually used the Hardy Boys music though?
No.
Or they've been
They
using
used
it
it
for
the
a
first
while,
time
right?
he came. They used it the
They
first
used
time
it
he came.
But only the first time. They didn't continuously use it.
I don't think
Because
they
I
used
was
it.
thinking, because I was like,
I know
fuck.
that. I remember us. I remember us talking about this, and we checked it out. That the AEW bought the rights to the
Yeah.
song. To the,
Oh,
the-
they
the
did.
theme
Oh,
song.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So yeah, they probably were
Um,
using it then.
Yeah.
Still felt,
They
I
weren't
guess,
using
because I
it for
just haven't
Matt.
heard it in
They
a
used
while.
it for Jeff both times. Yeah.
For Jeff. Okay.
At least
he's
this
a little
time
rusty.
he didn't do the whole entrance and dancing. If you're gonna do a
Right.
run-in to help somebody, you should. He still walked through to the entrance, but at least he didn't start dancing and wasting time there. At least he ran straight
Right.
into the ring. He looks like he was emotional there when he got in, after hugging his
course.
brother and thanking the people when he jumped on the ropes there.
But-
So I'm happy for him. Some people are like saying, "Oh, why you bring him back? You're causing his him and wrestling don't fit and are a bad mix." But if he loves to do that, man, and why take that away from him? So
But I think this is his last chance. Like, how many chances can you give a guy?
I feel like you might have said that a few times ago as well, just
Mm.
because, man, this guy has a horseshoe up his ass. In
in terms of last
I mean-
chances, yes.
terms of last chances, that's it. I mean, yeah, cool. I guess. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. I definitely wouldn't have him in a ring again. I just don't trust him to stay sober. It's been what, maybe 7, 8 times now that he's been off and on in wrestling companies and had substance abuse and had to go to rehab. And sure, you want to give someone a second chance, but it's too much for me. Happy that he's happy. I hope he can pull through. I just don't think that he will, unfortunately. But I do wish him the best, and I guess I'm excited to see the Hardy Boys back.
For one last run, I guess that's what we're gonna get, because I think it's closer. We're getting closer to the end of Matt's career here. I think Jeff can probably go a bit longer than Matt can go in terms just of yes, Jeff is more of the riskier wrestler, but definitely you see it in the ring.
Not if
that
he
Matt-
stays sober.
What do you mean?
Because I feel like
Mm.
what got Jeff through a lot of his stuff was maybe due to him drinking afterwards and da 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 and numbing the pain and da 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 da, and that's gonna just lead him down a long, dark road again. Um, and yeah, I don't know, because Jeff in reality has to change up his style. He can no longer do these swantons off ladders and whatever have you. He needs to more stick with what Matt did, just because that's what you do when you get to a certain age, unfortunately, because your body just won't be able to take it anymore. So
Yeah, I
yeah,
could see,
I don't know.
I could see how people see that, and I definitely agree that the he would have to take less big time risks and do less of the big time spots like those ones. But what I'm
Right.
saying in comparing him to Matt is, you see that Matt is one step behind everybody else in the ring. You see, he really has a hard time with his hip. You see, that he can bend too much. Where Jeff can is still a bit mobile. I do see, and I do understand how the whole, maybe he got through it, is with the pills and with the drinking afterwards. So I can see how maybe the pain can stay now, and maybe will slow him down a bit more. But I feel like this is one last run for Matt. Like, Matt has this one last run. Like, you want to make it Matt Hardy, the Hardy Boys, one last run before his contract expires, because I think he'll take on more of a behind the scenes role after in his next contract instead of a performer, because you definitely see him is one step behind in the ring, and it hurts the match. It hurts the match, and it hurts the other guy he's facing usually, unless if it's those stipulation matches where they're outside or no disqualifications, where they're all over the arena or in a stadium or whatever. Then you could maybe work around it, or in a cinematic match type of match where you could work around it. But to have like in-ring matches, I think this is his last run, and it's okay to give them. They're one of the greatest tag teams of all time, so it's
Right.
okay to give them one last run as a tag team. I guess that's what they wanted to do before Jeff fucked up. I just wish Jeff all the best, because I know that addiction is a daily disease people deal with. And so it's not hard. I know that in his defense, this was the first time that he was actually convinced to do a real
It's not easy.
full-time rehab, because he never went for the full 90-day rehab. He always did the 28-day rehab. And it's very
Okay.
easy to, well, okay, not very easy, but more common to relapse after doing the 28-day rehabs than the full 90-day. The full treatment of 3 months away, and really, really taking care of your body and your spirit. So I hope everything goes well. I understand everybody's worries. I have the same worries for him, but if that's what he really wants to be, because I doubted he would be there if he wouldn't want to be there. If he'd think it was a danger, or if he didn't have that passion, maybe the passion speaking more than
Right.
anything. But
Mhm.
but I think he deserves in this rebirth of or in this next chapter, let's say, not rebirth, but next chapter of Jeff Hardy's career here, maybe even last chapter. I think he deserves to get one last chance, see what he can do, and if he can hold on. But I hope he does, and I wish him all the best. And nothing with that. I have a lot of people in the past and in my life that had dealing with addiction, so I know how it is, and a lot of them have come out of it. So I have faith that he will come too, and I just wish him all the best. So
Well
that was
said.
my quickly spoken on Jeff. Anything other than that? In WWE, not really. I guess
Not really.
That's about it.
Okay. Well, we talked about. Yeah, we technically did already. Edge potentially going to AEW. We talked about that at the beginning.
the return of Christian, right? Back with
Return
what's
of
his
Christian
name?
back with
Luchasaurus.
Luchasaurus there.
Some people were speculating on the return of Christian to WWE for one last run before Edge's contract is over. But Edge and Christian, well, this was squashed this week with the promo of Christian and Luchasaurus, which was a very short
Well, now
promo.
they're more saying, yeah, they're just really short. I hope they not no longer. I hope they're no longer going to go after Jungle Boy though, because like
I agree.
let's squash that. Let's
Like
done.
move on from that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. I didn't like Adam Cole's running. I don't even know if we could call that a running, because he didn't interfere.
Why is everyone hating on that though? It was the same exact thing that Jericho did last week to Adam Cole.
I guess that's
Adam
why they
Cole
did
won.
it. Yeah.
That's exactly why they did it. Sure, it might look weird because a face is doing it, but it's just playing mind games, and I can see a face definitely doing that. And it was cool to see Adam Cole to reunite with Keith Lee. You know what I mean? Back in the NXT days, so it was pretty dope.
Yeah. I love Adam Cole. I'm an Adam Cole guy. I have been since I started watching him in NXT, and then I liked him so much I went back and watched all his old stuff in ROH and in New Japan and PWG, and I absolutely can call myself an Adam Cole guy. But his comeback so far has been falling a bit flat. His match with Garcia was good,
right?
Was very good. But I don't know if
it's building to the Jericho storyline, bro. I'm kind of down to see him and Jericho, see what happens there. You know what I mean?
But what good does it give Adam Cole to go in a feud with Jericho?
Well, Adam Cole's not going to do anything with the world title, so you do something
right away.
with Jericho for
that.
now. I almost feel like, did Adam Cole have anything to do with? No, did Adam Cole have anything to do with Juice and?
Not yet. They haven't intertwined since Juice and Switch. Okay. Yeah.
But I mean, before that was because Adam Cole was in Bullet Club at one point, right?
Yes, he's definitely in Bullet Club, and he's the one that brought he's definitely the one that brought Jay White first to the AEW while he was still in New Japan before he officially became an AEW. So yeah,
they'll probably do a JAS versus Bullet Club Gold kind of thing for a bit. Maybe I don't know. I don't know who it helps per se. It does at least give Adam Cole some time to find out, because I imagine Adam Cole will face someone else at Forbidden Door, obviously, from New Japan.
Because I could, if they're doing this because it was 9 months or whatever time he was off,
probably to cement Bullet Club Gold kind of thing. So you make Bullet Club Gold with Adam Cole be a thing, and then so this way you'll have a 3-on-3 with some other New Japan crazy team or regular Bullet Club from New Japan kind of go against Bullet Club Gold. Could be a thing.
Yeah, Bullet Club versus Bullet Club Gold can definitely be a thing, which is Kenta. Who's in Bullet Club? Kenta and Kenta.
I'm blank.
There's obviously the big guy, but nobody cares about him. Fale or whatever his name is. But there's another big guy. But anyways, I'm getting a blank here. But I would if they're using Adam Cole to get him back into game shape because he was off for a long time. So match with Daniel Garcia, that'll get you back into shape. Get in a feud with Jericho, that'll get you back into shape on the mic also. So if that's the case, but I would have definitely preferred to have a Jay White Adam Cole rivalry straight off the bat with Jay White coming into AEW. That could have propelled them both to higher status, because I don't know if Jay White. I think Jay White is more than just a tag team wrestler with Juice Robinson. Jay White.
So Finley,
best wrestlers.
Finley was one of the guys.
That's right, Finley. That's right. I was Finley with Juice. That they were the tag team there. So it was Finley, Kenta, and
that's all they mentioned for some reason.
Yeah, I think that's it, because the other ones are all gone. Tamatonka and all those guys are not. They're all kicked out. So basically, the only one that wasn't. Well, yeah, Jay White was kicked out also. That's
he
weird.
left. I think he left technically.
Oh yes,
no?
he maybe he left. Maybe I'm getting confused there. Yeah, maybe
he left. Yeah,
maybe he left. So he left the Bullet Club, and then all of a sudden comes back in the Bullet Club. But okay, it's Bullet Club Gold, so it's another faction. So you have now in AEW, you have Bullet Club Gold, The Elite, and Adam Cole. And what's happening with Kyle O'Reilly? Is he still around? He's still injured, but he's still under contract, right? With them,
He's still under contract, but he's still injured. Yeah.
so that gives you kind of three Bullet Club spin-offs here in AEW.
Right.
So there's stories to tell there. There's definitely stories to tell. Maybe now have the elite have in a Forbidden Door. Maybe Forbidden Door. Let me go just off the top of my brain here. Maybe Forbidden Door. You have a trios match between the Elite and Aussie Open, which leads to a Will Ospreay versus Kenny Omega at Wembley. So that can be a possibility there, because the now with all these factions and Bullet Club spinoffs are going to be strong. So so that's AEW. So much to talk about, man, and things are going to get really interesting quickly here.
That's it. Things are definitely going to get really interesting quickly. I guess that's pretty much it. I mean, we really kind of just because honestly, the only real big news going around right now is obviously the Sal, CM Punk coming back, and just the continued storyline. I guess biggest shock is Trish turning heel for WWE, and Cody facing Brock at Backlash is kind of the stories that are coming out from wrestling right now. Bloodline still kills in the storyline. They're still doing good.
Yep.
They seem to be together. We're still going to see the fall of the Bloodline. And we're just seeing the 4-pillar bonanza with AE Dubs. And Jay White is now all elite along with Sky Blue. We can't forget about Sky Blue. She is officially all elite as well. So congrats to her. And both companies have shitty women's divisions.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
They're they're having a hard time with those. Probably the best women's division right now in wrestling is probably Impact with their knockout division there. So so there's stuff to work on. There's a lot of stuff to complain about, and that's why we're here. We'll keep you posted on all the breaking news that is going to be coming out in the next few days, or the developing in the next few weeks also, and we'll be here from now on every Thursday, or we'll try at least to be here on every Thursday to give you all the scoops. We're going to try some different formats and different structures in the coming weeks to see which one fits better for us and for you. So if you have any feedback for us, it's very welcome here. And I guess you could yes, please, and thanks again to everybody that comments and that watches. Always very appreciated. Even after the time off we've had, you guys are still there. It warms my heart to see your comments and to see you guys were watching. So JLB, take us home, baby.
Boom. So that is it. Another exciting week in the WWE, AEW, and all around wrestling. We are off of WrestleMania and going in to a Forbidden Door. And it's just going to be exciting. We'll definitely keep you posted more about more Vince drama, because I'm sure with Vince now taking full reins, we'll definitely hear a lot more. You can definitely check out all the latest news right as it happens on our socials at WTN Wrestling, Wrestling Talk Now. Basically, the links will be down below in the doobly-doos for that. Kid Crazy, where can they follow you, good sir?
You can follow me on Facebook. Just look up Michael Costa, or on Twitter, Michael Costa, or for anything wrestling right here on WTN Wrestling Talk Now.
And you can follow me on Twitch at twitch.tv/JLBTLC25, where I stream games. Haven't streamed in a while, so I usually stream games. That is it. So thank you, everybody, to the Mikes of the world, the Kevins of the world, and everybody else who is too shy to reply. By all means, we don't bite. Next time, we would love to hear from you. And yeah, that's it. So we will definitely see you next Thursday as we run it down all over again. And I guess until next time, ciao for now. And of course, I'm slow. It's been a while. Give me a sec.